Well, hello there again. This is going to be a review on Life is Strange Episode 1. However, Fallout 4 trapped me in Diamond City, and what's a perfect place to do a review on a game, right? I am trapped in the game, aren't I? Damn, I guess I'll be my character for the remainder of the review. But you're wondering why I am doing this. You are probably asking in the comment section, I thought you wouldn't open the game after that video. Because I didn't do a great job on saying what I liked and disliked about the game. And also, I have always wanted to do a game review on YouTube, so yeah. Anyways, let's talk about the game. Life is Strange Episode 1 was a snooze fest, not going to lie, but this is only the intro of the video, so it won't just be a Fallout background. But let me first talk about the pros of Life is Strange Episode 1. The pros are: the game's graphics are nice and some characters have well-written backstories. The game has no bugs that I have found, and also the plot is interesting, and last but not least, you can interact with the world around you. Now that said and done, we can start the actual video. Wait, what's that noise?
Listen to me, stop ignoring me. Episode 1 is not bad, you're bad. It doesn't mean the first episode of the game was terrible, doesn't mean the whole game is bad.
Codsworth, shut up. I am only doing my opinion of the first episode, and I will continue to say the game is bad just to annoy you.
You know what, fine, be that way, I'll just annoy you for the rest of the video then.
But you are probably wondering, how is this game so popular? It's loved because of its drama and high school drama for some reason, and supernatural abilities, and the use of emotional build-up with the characters, and the list goes on. However, I am not seeing any of those things listed, or I am just brain dead from playing War Thunder too much. But you are screaming in the comment section of this video saying no. There is the things you listed are in the game. Indisputable entity, you are just a noob about gaming. Well, I don't care that much if I am too bad at gaming or not. I have played enough games to see what I like and don't like. But anyways, let's start with gameplay of the game first. People say it's like playing a movie. Some say it's the choices in the game that change the story later on, and some say it's the characters, and others say it's the plot. However, my time with episode 1, I have find the plot interesting, and some of the characters, and so on. Let's ask one of the people in Diamond City what their opinion is about the gameplay of Life is Strange. You there, kind sir, what is your opinion on the gameplay of Life is Strange? I am just asking for a friend.
It's okay, but I personally think it should have been more developed, not going to lie.
What? The gameplay is just fine. Yeah, sure, it might be a bit underdeveloped at times, but it's probably better than Fallout 4's gameplay.
Oh shush, Codsworth, you're just jealous that I have a great sense of games. But in my opinion, the gameplay is bad. Yeah, sure, it's mid, but it's still not as good as Fallout or Mortal Kombat. But I wish the game had faster movement, since that's the only thing that's keeping me from liking the gameplay, and also there's so much talking. Let's talk about the talking and NPC interactions.
My room looks a bit different than the last time you saw it.
It's cool. At least we can chill out.
This isn't exactly my chill-out zone. My stepfuhrer makes sure of that. Come in and close the door.
The NPCs feel like your character is talking to a brick wall most of the time, but whenever it doesn't do that, the NPCs feel dead inside. However, they look too depressing and out of place half the time, and their animation doesn't align up with the words mostly, and the main character is too nosy.
I finally found you, haha. Now you'll listen to my opinion.
Wait, Codsworth, what are you doing?
Stopping you from saying a good game is bad. You are a noob, indisputable entity, haha.
I am going to ignore him. Anyways, most interactions is one-sided or simply drag on too long. However, the plus side is that they do make some sense, but not much, and also Chloe is depressed for some reason. Actually, never mind, she's depressed because the main character Max left her for 5 years, and then her other friend Rachel went missing, and the game doesn't say anything on how she went missing.
But Chloe said that Rachel just left the town without saying anything.
Did you hear something? It might just be the wind or something. Anyway, sometimes the interactions feel too short or simply one-worded and expecting the player to figure everything out. And also to mention that characters bring up random things at the most random time and the player is forced to do the interaction and they feel slow. And also for some reason the NPCs don't want the player around too much. It's like a Skyrim NPC asking you to do a quest and the game tells the player to go to another NPC and never being able to talk to the NPC again. They also make jokes that feel forced and sometimes the NPCs bring things that are irrelevant to the plot and also they all drug addicts for some reason. It's never explained why, it's just there. However, the drama is also half-baked and unfinished and for some other reason the characters swear for no reason and too much. They drop the F-bomb rather too much and randomly. It's like listening to Far Cry 3 enemy shouting at you but with 10 F words in one sentence. However, it's funny listening to it when it happens because it makes no sense and it's random. It's the only thing making me laugh at the game and also not to mention the animation doesn't align up with words too, so it makes it more funny to watch. That said and done, let's talk about the half-baked animation of the game. The animation is awkward most of the time and it's just bad, and you have heard me complain about the animation of the game. The walking looks out of place and the talking too. Let me get an example of the weird animation.
Serious charge. I'll look into the matter personally. Thank you for bringing it to my attention.
That's it? After what I told you?
We'll continue this discussion later in my office. Please go outside with the rest of your class now, Miss Caulfield.
It's like the developers didn't play test the game, or they have, but just did a lazy job with the animation and just ignored it completely and thought it was AAA quality.
I think you're making sense now, indisputable entity. I won't annoy you anymore, and by the way, your mother is bad at gaming. However, you do make a good point. The animation looks bad and it looks like a toddler did the animation, but question is, how would you fix bad animation?
Finally, I talked some sense into Codsworth and I'll stop ignoring him now, but good question, Codsworth. How do you fix bad animation? A game delay would have probably helped the animation to be better, or simply update the game to fix its out-of-place animation. But that still doesn't excuse its bad writing and half-baked character build-up and unexplained plot holes that doesn't get talked about after being brought up or mention it again. Enough said about the animation, let's talk about the ending of the first episode. However, I will let Codsworth do the last part of the video since I have to try to break free from Fallout 4.
Finally, the noob let me do a part of the video. Well, I myself have opinions, but will try my best to explain this end of the video. The end of episode 1 does explain what is happening in the game, but not much, as indisputable entity said the game's writing is bad and half-baked and does a bad job explaining what is happening in the game world. For example, why is there a storm going to the town, why is there this tornado coming to the town, and so on. However, it does mention climate change has taken effect on the town, and I don't have to explain what climate change is because it's common knowledge at this point. Anyways, Chloe and Max start talking about what the two has been up to before the events of the game, which is nice, I guess. However, they don't go in much detail other than that it just goes back to the one-sided and half-baked interactions. It started off good, but the writing at the end just Alt F4 out and got replaced with the lazy writing again. I was hoping the ending of episode 1 would make me ignore the cons, but it didn't. I have also noticed a pattern here with the game's writing. It relies too much on its half-baked characters and the world around the player. Which is not bad, but it's just that the game's poor execution and writing and so on. However, Life is Strange would have gotten S tier if there wasn't poor writing and animations, and also the poor written characters. However, you do notice in this part of the game you can see one of its pros, the graphical design and interactable world. That was a lot of talking, but anyways, enough said about the cons of the game. I will say my pros of the game and say what I like. What I like is the game graphics and world around the player, and its funny jokes that happen when not forced, and that episode 1 is free on Steam, and the art design of the game, such as it looks like a book or art that can move, and I like the player choice of the game. Anyways, that's the end of the video, and also indisputable entity did get out of Diamond City. He is set free again, but this won't be the last time I appear in a video. But thanks for watching.